We're about to hit autumn here in Australia. Summer is almost over and it has been a hot, dry summer. So kind of glad that it's on its way out. No more 40-degree days for us, hopefully. And I've had quite a few of you asking about sowing flowers for the autumn winter period. I did a little video a few weeks ago of seeds you can sow now in February leading into the cooler months, and people were saying, what about flowers? So I thought in this one we can go into some flowers that you can sow now that'll give you some colour in from late autumn through into the winter season. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michael. I love talking about all things fruit and veggie gardening. If you're into that too, you're in the right place. Now let's get growing. In my hot little hands here, I have a selection of seeds that I am going to be sowing in the next couple of days. I just want to preface that I am in South Australia, which is a warm, temperate climate. So wherever you are, conditions might differ slightly, but you should be able to start sowing most of these seeds right now. I have a selection of 6 flowers that you can be sowing. The first on my list is probably one of my favorite, and that is sweet peas. Sweet peas are a non-edible variety of pea. You can't eat the little pods. They're actually a little bit toxic, so I wouldn't recommend it, but they produce the beautiful pea-like flowers on quite long stems, and the scent is unbelievable. So perfect for a little cut flower that you can have in the house. These are a climbing plant, so you will need a frame for them to climb up. Just like regular peas, you need something for them to climb up and over. They also come in a variety of colours, and the scents do differ slightly. I'm going for one that's called Claire Harkness, and it is a cloudy two-tone cerise pink variety. So I've not grown this one before, so I'm very excited to see what it looks like. Next up is a regular in my winter garden, and that is the trusty nasturtium. They come in a whole range of different colours, and the flowers do vary slightly as well, whether they just have like the single bloom or the double bloom. They're not a scented flower, but they are an edible flower. Actually, they're an edible plant. You can eat the leaves, you can even eat the seeds. You can get different forms. You can get quite compact clumping forms, or you can get ones that will sprawl and spread out through the garden. They're a great decoy crop too. Whiteflies absolutely love them, so plant them in your patch and the whiteflies will be drawn to the nasturtium rather than your precious veggies. But they're also attractive to your pollinators, so the bees do enjoy them as well. Now, one thing with the nasturtium, if you have them once in the garden, you're going to have them forever. They will self-seed prolifically, so just keep that in mind wherever you place them. Next season, you're going to see little nasturtium seedlings popping up all over the place. Next up on my list is the poppy. This one is a little bit of a waiting game. It can take up to 20 weeks for them to flower. So if you're getting them in now at the beginning of autumn, it's probably not going to be until the end of winter that you start to see flowers on them. But hey, I think it's worth it. They're beautiful, the bees love them, and they will also readily self-seed. Number 4 on the list is cornflower. These come in a range of colours. They make a great cut flower because they come on fairly long stems. The flowers themselves are edible, and the bees absolutely love them. They do have that very dainty cottage garden feel to them, and I love having them scattered around the veggie patch. The second to last on my list is the pansy. The pansy? Pansies, which are part of the viola family, so you can also include violas into it. The violas are a smaller variety, whereas the pansies, you get the bigger flower head to them. I just think they are, do you know what they remind me of? Alice in Wonderland, the original Alice in Wonderland cartoon. and she's in the garden with all the talking pansies. That's what it reminds me of every time. I just love them in the garden, very cottage garden feel to them. The flowers are edible, you can enjoy them in a salad, a savoury or a sweet salad, and I think they just bring a bit of joy to the garden, especially in those cooler months. And the last one on my list is calendula. They're a bright, cheery flower. The flower petals themselves are edible. You can sprinkle them onto a salad, put them in ice cubes to pop in a drink. You can also make tinctures out of them and hand creams, so they are a very versatile flower. The bees love them, the hoverflies love them. They will readily self-seed. You can just collect the seeds so easily. The flower head will dry with the seeds right on top, and you can just pull them off and then sprinkle them around in your garden again, and they will just pop up all over the place. That will just about do it for this little video. That was by no means an exhaustive list. There are so many options for you. Again, being in Australia, a lot of our Australian native plants will flower through the winter months. You've got things like your grevilleas, correas, hakeas, lots of the hardenbergias will all flower through the cooler months. But this was a collection of flowers that I like to add into the veggie patch to bring in a bit of cheer and also help with the pollinators, giving them food during those cooler months. If you want to know how to best sow seeds, check out my previous video. I'll pop it up here on seed sowing that I did with some of my veggie seeds. The concept is exactly the same. And I've actually been thinking about starting my own little seed business, selling some of my favorite veggies and flowers. If that is something that you would be interested in taking part in, maybe like a subscription service, or maybe like a summer veg pack or a summer flower pack where you get a selection of 4 seeds that you can get sent out to you to sow at home, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear if you're interested in such a thing. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really does help the old algorithm push it out further into the universe, because I'd love to spread my knowledge out as far as possible. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.